Om Shanti. Today is Sunday, the 29th of September 2024. On this Sunday morning, let us listen to the avyakta Bapdada's Murli, which was originally held on 3rd of February 2002. Therefore, the Murli of today, that is 29th of September 2024, is a revised Murli of 3rd February 2002. The essence of today's Murli is: make your qualifications equal to your aim and become full of all treasures. So, Baba tells us, in essence, Avyakta Bapdada says, make your qualifications equal to your aim and become full of all treasures. Om Shanti. Today, the Master of all treasures is seeing his children who are full of all treasures. So what is Bapdada saying? The Master of all treasures is seeing his children who are full of all treasures. Every child is full of all treasures. The sign of those who are full is that they are visible as constant embodiments of attainment and satisfied souls. So the sign of those who are full is that they are visible as constant embodiments of attainment and satisfied souls. They are seen as constantly happy because they are overflowing. Each one of you should ask yourself, how many treasures have I accumulated? You have attained these imperishable treasures now, and they will also remain with you for many births to come. So Baba says, you have attained these imperishable treasures now, and they will remain with you for many births in the future. These treasures are not going to end. The first treasure is the treasure of this knowledge. And with the treasure of this knowledge, all of you are, even at this time, experiencing liberation and liberation in life. Baba says, whilst living this life in the old world, in the tamoguni atmosphere, on the basis of the treasures of this knowledge, you are detached and free from the atmosphere and vibrations of all these things. So, what is the advantage we have with this knowledge, by the treasure of this knowledge? Baba says, whilst living this life in the old world, in the tamoguni atmosphere, on the basis of the treasures of this knowledge, you are detached and free from the atmosphere and vibrations of all these things. Baba underlines the word vibrations. You souls are as detached as a lotus flower and free from sorrow, worry and peacelessness. So we are detached as a lotus flower and free from sorrow, worry and peacelessness. Whilst living your life, you are free from any bondage of bad things. Baba says, you are free from the storms of waste thoughts. Are you free? Baba is asking us. All of you are waving your hands. So, liberation and liberation in life is the fruit and attainment of the treasure of this knowledge. So, what is liberation and what is liberation in life? Baba says, liberation and liberation in life is the fruit and attainment of the treasure of this knowledge. Even if waste thoughts try to come and negative thoughts also come, you have this knowledge, that is, you have the understanding that it is the duty of waste and negative thoughts to come, and that it is the duty of you enlightened souls to remain detached and free from them, and to be loving to the Father. Therefore, check. Baba highlights, check. Have I attained the treasure of this knowledge? Is it overflowing? Is it full, or is there anything lacking? If something is lacking, then collect it. Don't remain empty. Baba says, in the same way, the treasure of yoga brings you the attainment of all powers. So, look at yourself and check whether you have accumulated all powers with the treasure of yoga. All powers, Baba asks. If even one power is missing, you will be deceived at some time. The title of all of you is Master Almighty Authorities, the ones with all the powers, not just those with some powers. So, the title of all of us is Master Almighty Authorities, the ones with all powers and not just some powers. We are not just those with some powers, but ones with all the powers. So, have you accumulated the treasure of all powers with the power of yoga? Baba asks, are they full? Are you an embodiment of attainment, or is something lacking? Why? You can now fill yourselves with whatever you lack. You still have a chance. Baba highlights that you still have a chance. Later, the time to make yourselves full will come to an end and the weakness will remain. So Baba says, check yourselves. Baba highlights, check yourselves, bring every power in front of you and check it against your timetable of the whole day. If there is even a percentage less, you would not be said to have passed fully, because when any of you children are asked whether your aim is to pass fully or only half pass, then all of you say that you will become part of the Sun dynasty, not the Moon dynasty. Will you become part of the Moon dynasty? Bap Dada will give you a very good throne. Will you become part of a Moon dynasty? Foreigners? The people from India will become the Sun dynasty and the foreigners will become the Moon dynasty, right? You won't become that. Do you want to become the Sun dynasty? Baba asks all of us. You definitely have to become that. Bap Dada is just having chit chat. Since you have the firm, determined faith that you have to become the Sun dynasty and you have promised the Father and yourself, then from now onwards, let there be no percentage less of any power. So what has Bap Dada said in the end? Since you have the firm, determined faith that you have to become the Sun dynasty and you have promised the Father and yourself, then from now onwards, let there be no percentage less of any power. If you say that there was a percentage less because of the circumstances and problems, you will become 14 degrees. So we are aiming to become 16 degrees and we will then become 14 degrees if we say that there was a percentage less because of circumstances and problems. Baba says this is why nowadays Bap Dada is checking every child's register and chart. So what is Bap Dada doing? He is checking every child's register and chart. Bap Dada also has everyone's register because according to the time, Bap Dada is telling you children in advance. Now, according to the time, don't say sometime, say now. It will happen at some point. I will do it later. It has to happen. Don't think in this way. It is not that it has to happen, but you have to do it right now. So, Baba says it is not that it has to happen, but we have to be firm that we have to do it right now. The speed of time is becoming increasingly fast, and therefore, the aim you have kept of becoming equal to the Father, passing fully, of becoming 16 celestial degrees full, Bap Dada wants that aim and its qualifications to be equal in a practical way. So, what is Bap Dada wanting us to do? The speed of time is becoming increasingly fast, and therefore, the aim that we have kept of becoming equal to the Father by passing fully, of becoming 16 celestial degrees full, Bap Dada wants that aim and its qualifications to be equal in a practical way. Only when your aim and your qualifications for it are both equal will you easily become equal to the Father. So check yourselves. Bap Dada says to say that it will happen or that you will become that sometime is carelessness. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to become, whatever aim you have to do that now. You have to become that now. Don't use the words sometime, but let it be right now. So, Baba says there is the treasure of this knowledge, the treasure of yoga, and there is also the treasure of imbibing. And through this imbibing, you accumulate the treasures of virtues. With virtues too, just as there are all powers, so there are also all virtues. There are not just some virtues, but all virtues. So, do you have all virtues? Baba asks. Or do you think that it doesn't matter if one or two virtues are missing and that everything will be fine? No, it will not do. So, have you accumulated the treasure of all virtues? Check which virtue is missing and fill yourself with it. So, Baba says, check yourself as to which virtue is missing and fill yourself with it. So, till now we have been told about three treasures, that is, the treasure of this knowledge, the treasure of yoga, and there is also the treasure of imbibing. And Baba says, through this imbibing, you accumulate the treasures of virtues. So, knowledge, yoga, and virtues are the three treasures. Baba says the fourth subject is service. All of you experience that whenever you serve with your mind, with your words, or with your actions, the attainment of that is spiritual happiness. So let's hear that again. Baba says, whenever you serve with your mind, with your words, or with your actions, the attainment of that is spiritual happiness. Therefore, check to what extent you have experienced happiness by doing service. If you serve and don't experience happiness, that service was not accurate service. Let's hear that again. Baba says, if you serve and don't experience happiness, that service was not accurate service. There was something or other missing in that service, which is why you don't experience happiness. The meaning of service is that you, the soul, experience yourself to be a cheerful spiritual rose in bloom, swinging in the swing of happiness. Check yourself. You served throughout the day, but compared with the amount of service you did throughout the whole day, did you experience just as much happiness? Or did you just continue to have other thoughts? Not this, but this, not this, but this. Your happiness influences the place of service and your service companions and the souls you serve, and the atmosphere then becomes one of happiness. This is the treasure of service, happiness. So let's hear the last couple of lines again. Baba says, your happiness influences the place of service and your service companions and the souls you serve, and the atmosphere then becomes one of happiness. So this is the treasure of service, that is happiness. Another thing, the four subjects have been mentioned. Then there are also relationships and connections, which are also very essential. Why? Baba asks. Some children think that they have a relationship with Bab Dada anyway, and so it doesn't matter whether they have a relationship with the family or not, because they have a connection with the seed anyway. However, you want to rule the world, do you not? Baba asks us. You want to rule the world, do you not? In a kingdom, you have to have relationships with others. This is why you have to have relationships and connections now. But the real treasure that you receive through your relationships and connections is that of blessings. So what is the real treasure that we receive through our connections and relationships? That of blessings. Without having relationships and connections with others, you won't accumulate blessings in your account. You have the blessings of the mother and father, but you also have to receive the blessings of those with whom you have relationships and connections. Baba says, if you don't receive their blessings and you don't have the feeling of receiving them, you should understand that something is missing in your relationships and connections. So, if we don't receive the blessings of our relationships and connections, and we don't have the feeling of receiving them, then we should understand that something is missing in our relationships and connections. Baba says, if your relationships and connections are accurate, you would experience blessings. What would be the experience of blessings? You have experienced those, have you not? Baba says, if you receive blessings from doing service, then you yourself will remain light, and whoever you come into contact with, so we both will remain light. The experience of receiving blessings is that whenever you form a relationship with others and when performing any task, you will be double light. Baba is underlining the word double light. Light. You won't experience any burden, and those you serve, those with whom you have relationships and connections will also feel double light. They will experience you to be constantly light in relationships. That is easy, never heavy. You may form relationships with others or not, but because of receiving blessings, both sides would be easy according to the disciplines. However, do not be so easy as the saying goes, ants come where there are too many sweet things. So, Baba cautions us by saying, you may form relationships with others or not, but because of receiving blessings, both sides would be easy according to the disciplines. However, do not be so easy as the saying goes, ants come where there are too many sweet things. So, not that easy, but you will remain double light. So, Bab Dada says, check your treasures. Baba is giving you time. The board of completion has not yet been put up. So, check yourselves and continue to move forward. Bab Dada says that Bab Dada has love for you children, and this is why Bab Dada doesn't want any child to be left behind. Every child should go as far ahead as possible. Whilst moving along, there is body consciousness, self-respect and body consciousness. The reason for body consciousness is a lack of self-respect. Let's hear that again. Baba says, the reason for body consciousness is a lack of self-respect. A very easy way to end body consciousness is in the use of just one word. You also know that word. Baba says, what is the one word that brings body consciousness? Everyone says, I. How many times do you use the word I? Throughout the day, have you ever noted? Baba highlights the word noted. Throughout the day, have you ever noted how many times you use the word I? Okay, for one day, make a note of this. The word I is used repeatedly. But who am I? The first lesson is, who am I? When you say I out of body consciousness, who in fact am I? Am I the soul or the body? Has the soul adopted the body or has the body adopted the soul? What happens? Baba says the soul has adopted the body. Is this right? So, if the soul has adopted the body, then who am I? I am a soul, am I not? So, the easy way is, whenever you use the word I, remember which soul you are. So, Baba says, whenever you use the word I, remember which soul you are. The soul is incorporeal and the body is corporeal. The incorporeal soul has adopted a corporeal body. Therefore, however many times you use the word I, remember I, this incorporeal soul, have entered a corporeal body. When you remember the incorporeal stage, you will automatically become egoless and body consciousness will end. So, Baba says, therefore, however many times you use the word I, remember I, this incorporeal soul, has entered a corporeal body. Therefore, what will happen? When you remember the incorporeal stage, you will automatically become egoless and body consciousness will end. Baba says, by keeping the first lesson of who am I in your awareness, the soul that you are, by remembering yourself to be a soul, your incorporeal stage will become firm. When you have an incorporeal stage, you will automatically become egoless and viceless. So, Baba says, when you have an incorporeal stage, you will automatically become egoless and viceless. From tomorrow, note what you remember when you use the word I. However many times you use the word I, you will automatically become incorporeal, egoless and viceless. Acha. Baba says the youth group has come today. Who has come today? The youth group. There are many youths. Bab Dada is giving a blessing to the youth group. May you live long. So what is the blessing that Baba is giving them? May you live long. Don't ruin even one treasure. So, Baba has given us 4 treasures. Baba says, don't ruin even one treasure. May you live long and may you remain prosperous. Worldly gurus give blessings for a long life, and Bab Dada says, the lifespan of each body will remain whatever it is. Therefore, he is not giving you a blessing for a long life in terms of the body, but may you constantly have a long life in this Brahmin life. Why? Brahmins will then become deities. So you will have a long life, will you not? Youths have one speciality. Do you youths know your speciality? Baba asks the youths. Do you youths know your speciality? Baba repeats the question. What speciality do you have? We can do what we want, say the youths. Acha. Are you able to do this? That is good. In terms of the world, it is said of the youths that they are very stubborn. They will definitely do whatever they think. Those people say the opposite. Here, however, the Brahmin youths are not stubborn, but they are those who remain very firm on their promise. So, Brahmin youths are not stubborn, but they are those who remain firm on their promise. They are not those who move away from their promise. Are you youths like this? Baba asks. It is very easy to raise your hands. Bab Dada is happy because at least you have the courage to raise your hands. However, every day at Amrit Vela, remember the promise you have made to Bab Dada that in this Brahmin life you will not move away from attainment and service even in your thoughts. Daily revise this courage and promise that you have made. Check again and again. Are both the courage you have had and the thought you have kept taking place in a practical way? So what is Baba asking the youths to check? Baba says, check again and again. Are both the courage you have had and the thought you have kept taking place in a practical way? Now Baba talks about the government. The government says that even if 2 to 400,000 youths become strong, then that is fine. Bab Dada says every Brahmin youth is equal to 100,000. So what is the calculation that Baba says? Every Brahmin youth is equal to 100,000. Are you this strong? Are you like this? Look, it should not be that when you arrive back home, you write to Baba and say that Maya has come, Sanskars have come, or problems have come. Become an embodiment of solutions to the problems. Baba says the problems will come, but each of you have to ask yourself, who am I? Am I an embodiment of the solutions or one who is to be defeated by the problems? So what should we ask ourselves? Am I an embodiment of solutions or one who is to be defeated by the problems? What is the title of all of you? Baba emphasizes the word title. The victorious jewels or the jewels who are to be defeated. You are victorious jewels, are you not? As soon as you took your Brahmin birth, Bab Dada put an imperishable tilak of victory on your foreheads. So, you are those who have received the blessing of immortality. Now, make this promise to yourselves. Baba says, make this promise to yourselves. If you are made to make a promise here, everyone will make it. But make a promise to yourselves in your minds. I will never be under the influence of my sanskars. The father's sanskars are the sanskars of myself, this Brahmin soul. So what should we promise? The father's sanskars are the sanskars of myself, this Brahmin soul. The sanskars of the copper and iron ages are not my sanskars because they are not the father's sanskars. Are tamoguni sanskars the sanskars of you Brahmins? Baba asks. They are not, are they? So, who are you? You are Brahmins, are you not? Bab Dada is proud of the youth group. Look, even the Dadis are proud of the youth. Dadiji has love for the youths. She has extra love for you. Kumars are Sukumars, meaning they are pure Kumars. Baba says you are not just Kumars, but pure Kumars, Sukumars. Each one of you Kumars is one who will bring about transformation of the world and demonstrate that to everyone. Acha, should the Kumars be given some work to do? Do you have the courage? You will have to do it. Will the Kumaris do it? Baba asks. Baba is giving you something to do, so listen with attention. In the next season, we shall have a similar special program for the Kumars, but there is also a but. Baba is not giving you a lot of work to do. Let each of you Kumars prepare and bring a small bracelet of 10 Kumars each. Bracelets are worn on the wrist, are they not? You always used to put a bracelet of flowers on the Father Brahma's wrist. So, each of you Kumars must bring others. Don't bring weak ones. Baba says, bring strong ones. Not those who come to Madhuban and then change when they go back home. Bring such strong ones here that, seeing them, Bap Dada also says, Wah Kumars, Wah. Are you ready to do this? Will you do this? Think about it a little. Don't raise your hands just like that. Baba says, you will have to do it. You will have to make others the same. The double foreigners will also do this. Will the double foreigners do this? Double foreign Kumaris, double foreign Kumars, raise your hands. You will also bring 10 each, will you not? So, Baba is asking the double foreign Kumars also. Raise your hands, you will bring 10 each, will you not? The foreigners will bring them and those from India will also bring them. Baba says, then a prize will be given to those who bring first class quality souls. So, a prize will be given to those who bring first class quality souls. Baba says a very good prize will be given, not something of low quality. Baba has love for the Kumars. If the government were to find the maximum number of Kumars who perform positive actions, they would then be so happy. If each of you bring 10 others, the entire hall will become full of Kumars and then we can call the government. Look, these are the Kumars. However, you will have to bring them. You will have to create them. Baba says if you make your stage, your aim and its qualifications equal, then you won't have the thought as to whether or not there will be success in service. Let's hear this line again. Baba says, if you make your stage, your aim and its qualifications equal, then you won't have the thought as to whether or not there will be success in service. It is already accomplished. You just have to become an instrument. Constantly continue to revise this promise. You have to perform wonders. Acha. During the Murli, 2 Kumars suddenly came onto the stage in front of Bap Dada and had to be taken off the stage. Baba says, Acha, you just saw a play within the play. Now Bap Dada says, you watched the play as a detached observer. You enjoyed it. Now, are you able to be detached from the body and become stable in a powerful stage of soul consciousness in a second? Full stop. Bap Dada conducted a very powerful drill. Acha, continue to practice this every now and then. One moment you act and the next moment you become detached from that. And from the corporeal you become stable in the incorporeal stage. You just had this experience. Whenever any problem comes, become a detached observer in just a second. Consider the problem to be a side scene. Consider the storm, tufan, to be a gift, tohfa, and overcome it. So, Baba says, consider a tufan to be a tohfa and overcome it. You have to practice this, do you not? As you progress further, this practice will be very much needed. Full stop, not a question mark. So, Baba emphasizes full stop and not a question mark. Why did this happen? How did this happen? It happened. Full stop and become stable in your fully powerful stage. The problem will remain down below and you will continue to watch the problem as a side scene from your elevated stage. Acha, to all the children everywhere who are full of all treasures, to all the souls who constantly smile and remain happy and are overflowing with attainments at every moment, to the enlightened and yogi children who reveal through their practical lives the promise they made to the Father. To the souls who are equal to the Father and whose qualifications are equal to their aim, to the elevated souls who have a stock of all the treasures at every moment and who apply a full stop, Bap Dada's love and remembrance from the heart of the Comforter of Hearts, Dilaram, and Namaste. And we, the spiritual children, also say Namaste to our spiritual Father. Today's blessing: may you consider any adverse situation to be your teacher and thereby learn a lesson from it and become an experienced image. Blessing once again. Baba says, may you consider any adverse situation to be your teacher and thereby learn a lesson from it and become an experienced image. Baba explains, instead of becoming afraid of any situation, consider it to be your teacher for just a short time. Such situations especially make you experience two powers. One is the power of tolerance and the other is the power to face. So, situations make us experience two powers. One is the power of tolerance and the other is the power to face. Learn these two lessons and you will become experienced. Baba says, when you say that you are a trustee and that nothing is yours, then why do you become afraid of the situations? A trustee means that you have handed over everything to the Father. Therefore, whatever happens will definitely be good. By having this awareness, you will remain constantly carefree and an embodiment of power. Finally, the slogan for today: those who are sweet-tempered cannot cause sorrow for anyone, even by mistake. Let's hear this sweet slogan once again. Those who are sweet-tempered cannot cause sorrow for anyone, even by mistake. Acha, Om Shanti.